Welcome to PACTV Community News, your weekly news program about people, places, and events in Kingston, Pembroke, Plymouth, and Duxbury.
This week we take another look at the new cinemas at the Independence Mall in Kingston.
400 seats, leather high-back chairs, 50,000 watt sound system. It'll be arguably the best cinema anywhere on the South Shore.
And you'll hear about the upcoming Business Expo presented by the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce.
The Business Expo is really kind of unique because we have over 65 vendors from throughout the region. The vendors will be there not only networking with each other, but also to the general public.
PACTV Community News brings you to the Duxbury Bay Farm Montessori Academy to better understand its teaching philosophy.
Taking a shell and model and saying this is the best way to teach all children, which is more of a factory model, it follows the children's interest and the best way that children learn.
And we visit an intense sporting event that isn't for the faint of heart.
We've got some blood going so far, some nice submission moves, and a lot of good stand-up fighting, which is what I'm looking for when I come out to these MMA shows.
Michelle McGrath shares arts and entertainment news with you.
This benefit event supports the Duxbury Boosters Club, a fundraising organization supporting all Duxbury High School athletic programs.
And Town Talk comes from Pembroke.
This is Ed Thorne, Town Administrator in Pembroke, and I'm going to give you folks a preview of what the town's going to be working on in the month of March.
It's all coming up on PACTV Community News.
Bay Farm Montessori Academy in Duxbury hosted an introductory event for parents last month. The science behind the genius on the publication that outlines the Montessori teaching philosophy was featured along with an explanation of the school's non-traditional schooling. PACTV Community News attended to learn more.
Bay Farm is an independent Montessori school. It was founded in 1972, and we're celebrating our 40th birthday this year, 40 years of continuous operation.
There's a lot of misconceptions about Montessori. Some people feel it's too strict, some people feel it's too loosey-goosey. We think it's a nice balance.
What's the outer core?
The outer core. Well, the core is the center of something, like the core of the apple.
We as adults think that we have to do everything for them. We don't think they can do it for themselves a lot of the time, and it's faster a lot of the time for us to do it. What we have the luxury of doing here in a Montessori school is when they come to us as 2-, 3-, 4-year-olds, we can give them the freedom in the classroom to learn how to do those things and to perfect those things for themselves, and so they can feel that sense of pride in their own independence and what they can do for themselves.
Bay Farm is very much focused on Montessori education, which has a strong belief in self-directed learning. So to a greater extent than in a more traditional environment, the kids choose the work that they want to work on in the order that they want to work on it. It's not a teacher-centered environment, it's very child-centered. It's very hands-on, experiential learning.
It's been up there for 6,000 million years. More than that. Actually, forever.
It follows naturally how children learn, instead of taking a shell and model and saying this is the best way to teach all children, which is more of a factory model. It follows the children's interest and the best way that children learn.
The Montessori method involves multi-age classrooms, use of manipulative materials, student-directed learning, discovery learning, and it all works together. We have highly trained teachers. That's another important part of Montessori education, is that our teachers are very highly trained, and they go to a specific training program for Montessori education.
There are a lot of famous Montessorians. People who've been through Montessori schools include the founder of Amazon, the 2 founders of Google, a lot of out-of-the-box thinkers, people like Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Anne Frank was Montessori educated, Julia Childs was Montessori educated, and the list goes on and on. If you Google it, you find a large number of people who really made their success as being individuals and thinking outside of the box. We have great play spaces, we have great classroom spaces. It was started by a man and woman who came to Duxbury 40 years ago. and basically they started their first classroom with 9 kids working out of a farmhouse. And the school has really grown and grown and grown over time. We like to think of it as someone who is exploring another culture, right? So they grew up here, a lot of our kids, and they know that they've learned in a different way and that they've learned well. And they just have to figure out when they go to a new area how to apply that learning in a different environment.
The Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce is preparing for their annual Business Expo. The expo will be held on March 14th from 1:30 to 6:30 at the Radisson Hotel on Water Street in Plymouth. Businesses from across the region will gather to showcase their products and services. This popular business expo is open to the public as well. For more information, go to the Chamber's website, plymouthchamber.com. PACTV Community News caught up with a very busy Dennis Hanks, Executive Director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, to see what's in store for this year's expo.
My name is Dennis Hanks. I'm the Executive Director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here to talk to you today about our Business Expo coming up March 14th at the Plymouth Radisson. It starts at 12 o'clock with a luncheon, which will actually feature a pretty interesting guest speaker, which is going to be Island Creek Oysters out of Duxbury, one of the premier harvesting companies for oysters in the region. It'll be an exciting luncheon from 12 to 1, and then about 1:30 we start with our expo for the day. The Business Expo is really kind of unique because we have over 65 vendors from throughout the region. The vendors will be there not only networking with each other, but also to the general public. So we're inviting everyone from the general public to come down for the Business Expo. It's free admission. If you're looking for a vendor, whether it be a new banking relationship, or maybe it's with a contractor or an engineer or architect or whatever it may be that you're looking for a product or service, more than likely you'll find one of those at the Business Expo. It's something that's really well accepted in the area. We see a lot of people that come down just looking for a unique vendor for their home or for their business. So we welcome everyone to come down and join us. It goes from 1:30 to 6:30 on March 14th, and we look forward to seeing you at the Business Expo. Come on down and see us.
PACTV Community News brings you another look inside the ongoing Regal Cinemas construction project at the Independence Mall in Kingston. The mall theater complex now features RPX, the Regal Premium Experience, with 400 seats and a 50,000-watt audio system. PACTV Community News met up with the mall's marketing director, who takes you inside the project to see more.
I'm Dave DeRocher. I'm the marketing director for the Independence Mall. We're here today to discuss to show you part of the new theater that we've been working on for over a year. And this is a section which is called the RPX, Regal Premium Experience. And this is the pride and joy of this cinema. It's gonna be our premier theater and give the customer a premier experience, which is why it's called Regal Premium Experience. This section of the theater was part of Joanne Fabric, which was a 15,000 square foot expansion. Everything was completely done over, new carpeting, new tile, new concessions, every theater is now stadium seating. Most have 3D, and plus we have our RPX. What we'd also like to do is just give you an idea of what you can experience here at the Regal RPX. Well, we're here now in the RPX, and as you can see, it's a huge screen. 400 seats, leather high back chairs, 50,000 watt sound system, and also the screen, which is right over here, is 40 feet high by 70 feet wide. It's one of the largest screens in the area, and it's generally going to play movies for a week to 2 weeks, depending on the movie. Currently, we have 12 cinemas complete, including the RPX, some larger screen cinemas. One holds 240, the other holds almost 300. The final phase, which we're working on right now, which is going to be open in March, is the final 2 cinemas, which are on the back of the mall. Those used to be 4 cinemas, which were combined to 2. Each one of those cinemas is going to be 300 plus seats. So capacity will be over 2,000 seats, and it'll be the best cinema, arguably the best cinema anywhere on the South Shore.
Perfect Doggone Bash fundraiser is planned for March 16th. This fun event, hosted by the Plymouth Animal Shelter and the PetSmart Adoption Center, will take place at the Black Raspberry Pub in Plymouth, again on March 16th from 7 to 11 p.m. Proceeds benefit the cats and dogs cared for by these two organizations. PACTV Community News spoke with the organizers to learn more. And please remember to spay and neuter your pets.
We're here to talk about a fundraiser that we're having on March 16th. It's Saturday. It's St. Patrick's Day weekend. It's our second annual Perfect Doggone Bash. And we are very fortunate that the Black Raspberry Pub here in Plymouth is hosting it for the second time. We are planning a big event. We have lots of raffles, silent auctions, door prizes. Last year we had over 200 people and we raised over $4,000. This year we're hoping to double it, and we want everyone to come out, have some fun, have some beer, buy some raffle tickets, and help us help the homeless animals in our community. I know we can all do our part between the community, the volunteers, and the shelter. We can make a difference in the homeless animals.
It's a $10 donation to get into the door. It includes free pizza, and we're going to sell raffle tickets to raise money to help the homeless animals at the Plymouth Animal Shelter. And Emerald Excavating has graciously offered a $50 gift certificate. We have a great landscape rock with 2 martinis clinging for a raffle prize. We have 4 race passes and 2 $25 Ascari gift certificates from F1 Boston Racing. And we have a $125 gift certificate to Shaughnessy Rental for a jumpy house. So with summers coming and graduation parties, that's a great raffle item to bid on. We also have some great dog prizes, dog toys from Morrison's, and the band of Fender is going to be playing. They play anywhere from 60s and 70s to today's music, so bring your dancing shoes and come on down and have a great time. Well, Helping Hands started back in September of 2008, and we're strictly a fundraising group that raises money for the animals at the town shelter. We raise money to help pay for the medical expenses. We get the animals fixed, tested, up to date on shots, and then we partner with Papa's Pet Project to get them homes up at the Plymouth location, PetSmart, up at the Shops at 5.
As far as what we do, we help get the cats medically up to date. Once they come over here, if they need any additional medical attention, we get that covered. And we take the kitten litters, we put them in foster homes, we get their shots, get them spayed and neutered, get them socially acclimated to people and kids and dogs and other cats so that they're perfect little kittens ready for their new homes. So Marcus has been helping us with that. He's been fostering, he comes on our fundraisers, and we can always use more foster homes for these kittens. So if anyone is interested in fostering a kitten to help us save some more, they can contact Papa's Pet Project. Either our phone number, 508-888-7444, or papaspetproject.org. Or come down to PetSmart on any Saturday between 11 and 3 and we'll be here.
Helping Hands is always looking for volunteers. We're looking for volunteers to clean at the shelter. We're looking for volunteers to help with paperwork and fundraisers. And we are always looking for donations. If anybody's ever interested in doing a fundraiser for us, they can contact us at 508-273-3472, or they can contact us by email, which is helpinghandsforthepas@yahoo.com, or our website is www.helpinghandsforthepas.com.
Cage fighting took place at the Jungleplex in Plymouth last month as contenders fought for the Bantamweight Championship title. PACTV Community News was there to learn more about this mixed martial arts sport.
I did what I came to do. get in and out of there as safe and easy as possible, and that's what happened. I wanted to display some stand-up, but when I got in there, I resorted to what I know and got it on the ground, threw some elbows, and choked him out.
Yeah, so you finished that up with an arm triangle?
Arm triangle, yeah. That's my bread and butter. I didn't really hop out to the side where I'm supposed to, but I did it anyways. I could feel him. He wanted out.
Fights are good, man, and you can always, you come in and you have this many fights on a card, and, you just keep your eyes peeled on that octagon out there. We've got some blood going so far, some nice submission moves, and a lot of good stand-up fighting, which is what I'm looking for when I come out to these MMA shows. I want to see guys stand and bang a little bit, and we've seen a little bit of everything, so I'm excited so far. We still got a lot of night left, too.
I feel awesome right now. It was a great fight. Billy's a real tough guy. I knew he was a great wrestler, pushes the pace, and just glad I could come out on top. I kind of figured it would go to the ground. He's a great wrestler. Jiu-jitsu's my strong suit, so I figured it'd be a good grappling match. He had some good takedowns, and I tried sweeping and getting out and going for submissions, just transition after transition. It was pretty tight up against the cage. I ended up having to transition to squeezing my knees together instead of getting the normal, what you call it, getting the arm across his throat and stuff. So,
big congrats, man. That was an awesome fight. Thank you so much.
Plymouth Plantation opens for another season on March 16th, including the annual Salute to Spring celebratory walk called Rare Breeds Animal Parade, which starts at the Henry Hornblower Visitor Center and goes to the 17th century English village. Families are encouraged to create signs to carry in the parade welcoming the animals home. This event is free to museum members or is included with museum admission. Learn more about Plymouth Plantation at their website, plymouth.org.
A benefit concert for Amy Mayberry, whose family is faced with a devastating illness and high medical expenses, will be held on Saturday, March 30th at Memorial Hall. Called Livin' and Believin', two tribute bands playing music by Bon Jovi and Journey will highlight this fundraiser. Doors open at 5 p.m. at Plymouth Memorial Hall on March 30th. Search for the event on Facebook. The night promises lots of music and fun to aid this worthy cause.
In case you missed the PACTV community news story last week, the Bay Players of Duxbury's production of Glengarry Glen Ross, directed by Michael Pesner of Kingston, plays from March 8th through the 16th at 8 p.m. This locally cast play, written by David Mamet, won the Pulitzer Prize in 1984. Four desperate Chicago real estate agents go to all lengths to sell undesirable real estate to prospective buyers, engaging in every unethical, illegal scheme that they can dream up. To learn more or purchase tickets, visit bayplayers.org. Performances will be held at First Parish Church at 842 Tremont Street, Route 3A in Duxbury. Quality antique dealers from across New England will gather on March 16th and 17th for the 32nd annual Duxbury Spring Antique Show. An exciting selection of fine and affordable American and European antiques will be featured over 2 days at Duxbury High School, 130 St. George Street. The event also offers expert appraisals of artwork and antiques, as well as a luncheon and refreshments. For a complete schedule of events, visit duxburyboosters.org. This benefit event supports the Duxbury Boosters Club, a fundraising organization supporting all Duxbury High School athletic programs. The Plymouth Philharmonic Orchestra offers a spectacular French composer concert featuring the works of Debussy, Gounod, and Berlioz in the French Connection, performing Saturday, March 23rd at 8 p.m. The Phil and music director Stephen Karadianis are wonderful partners to South Shore Conservatory and will feature their Bay Youth Symphony Student Orchestra alongside their professional musicians at this concert. To order tickets or learn more about the Phil's upcoming season, visit PlymouthPhil.org. The concert will be performed at Plymouth Memorial Hall, where the Phil will wrap up their 97th season with Spring Pops on April 27th. This has been Michelle McGrath, PR consultant to the arts, for PCN's Arts and Entertainment News.
Well, hello there. This is Ed Thorne, Town Administrator in Pembroke, and I'm going to give you folks a preview of what the town's going to be working on in the month of March. Basically, we're going to be working on the two main topics from this past Tuesday's special town meeting. One will probably be looking at a new medical marijuana bylaw that's going to be proposed. The one that was on the Tuesday night warrant was not able to be voted on because of non-action by the planning board. So I believe the Board of Selectmen will be proposing a moratorium on medical marijuana dispensaries, and so that will be something that will come before our planning board and be an article at either the annual town meeting or the special town meeting within the annual in April. Also, the other big project that was funded by town meeting was the Route 53 Pleasant Street traffic signal. We are preparing a request for proposals from engineering firms to give us a proposal so that we can start the engineering on that process. The first step in this will be having the engineering firm provide a 25% design of the intersection, and that will be sent to the Mass DOT for comments, and we will then conduct a public hearing here at Town Hall regarding that. And then the next step will be a 75% design and then 100% design, and hopefully that will all be completed by Mass DOT, and then we can secure, which we already have, funding for the construction of the intersection. So well, we anticipate that all of this is probably going to take about 12 months. So everybody that uses that intersection, please be patient, but there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of PACTV Community News. For replay times, go to PACTV.org and click on the PCN logo, where you'll find links to each individual story or the entire program.
PACTV Community News can be found on YouTube. Search for each story or view the entire program. Also, be sure to like us on PACTV Community News on Facebook to receive previews and links to all of our stories.
We'll see you next week on PACTV Community News.